So how do I make money in the stock market? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite setups that I choose to take when trading, as well as some screenshots of my profits and losses. And in my success that I find, or the success that I find is by limiting my risk, having very small risk and small losses to having a higher reward or bigger wins. And we'll go ahead and dive into the computer now and showcase that to you. But if this is your first time watching, my name's Johnny Trades, and I like to trade stocks and showcase that to you all on how I find success to where hopefully you learn something that'll help you with your own trading or investing journey. All that I ask is that you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's go ahead and dive into the computer. As you can see here, we had a really solid week trading TQQQ, GoPro, Sound, SoFi, and SQQQ. Now, as you can see right off the bat, my green days, or the trades I take that are green, are much more higher than my red day. And by having smaller red days or even a red trade compared to the overall amount of money I made is really how I'm able to stay profitable in the stock market. Losing $5 is nothing compared to making over 3 or 400 bucks. And I did a really great job this week illustrating that with our Learn to Earn team in the Discord. First link in the description. It is 100% free, lifetime access if you get in now. So definitely check it out. But we did a great job this week, and I want to showcase to you a couple of setups that I took that made me successful and how you can hopefully take away a couple of these little tips and tricks that I use in the market to stay consistently profitable day after day, week after week. So let's go ahead and pull up a example here on, let's see, SQQQ. Now, as you can see here, I waited for this position to go up. It found resistance at almost $18, came all the way back down and tested the moving average as a support. And I did dip below that moving average, and I was very patient before taking a trade. As it crossed over that moving average, I was able to buy at a nice low price at around 1772 and 1770, and I waited for this to push up, and I was able to lock in profits around 1790. It's all about having that three stages of reversal setup and being patient enough to take the right entry. I waited for it to sell off. I waited for the consolidation period, and then as it started showcasing signs of upward momentum and confirmation that the trade was going in my favor, I bought right here and limiting my risk. Now my risk was 1768. I was risking about 2 cents. So if this candle would have actually broke and come back down, I would have got out for about a 2-cent loss per share to make roughly 20 cents or 25 cents per share. So that was a great job on illustrating that trade for that particular position. Now, another trade that I took recently was on Sound. And again, we did a fantastic job by being able to identify support. It kind of started to barcode and consolidate in this area here. Now, it was above the moving average, which is why I had no problem taking a trade and buying in around 12.25. I do believe that was my average now that I'm looking back and thinking. But as you can see here, those were my two entries I bought during pre-market hours, and it did hold above that moving average. Now, my stop loss was actually right here on this level here, about 12.14. 12.15. I knew it could come back down, and good thing it didn't actually touch this line here. When market opened, there was a lot of green volume and it actually pushed up, and as it pushed up, it followed along with this 45 EMA very nicely, like beautifully. Okay, these are the type of trade setups that I want to take every single day, and these are the trades that I am patient on taking. Now, by having a 12.22 average price, I was risking about 8 cents per share if it went down to 12.14. About 8 cents. Now, 8 cents on 100 shares would be about $8. Not bad. So I was willing to lose about $8 to potentially make roughly 25 cents per share, or about 25 bucks. Now it wasn't a lot, but that's on 100 shares. I did buy 100 here and 100 here, which was a 200 share position, which resulted in a nice right around 48, 47 cents. Now I did get out of this trade right here at the bottom. It would have been nice to get out at those 12.57 levels, 12.55 levels, but I actually got out right around 12.47, and that's okay, because if it would have dropped below this EMA, it would have broke that direction and it would have sold off, resulting in less money that I was able to profit. But it did bounce off of this level, and as soon as I sold, it pushed all the way up to 12.56, and I believe even higher that day. Nonetheless, I was able to lock in some nice profits by buying low at support and selling at the first signs of resistance. In my case, I waited a little too long, and I should have waited a bit longer, as that would have popped up even more, resulting in another, 10 cents or so per share on that. Now, when looking at another chart like this, like sound, here's another perfect setup. As you can see, it was holding support around $12.09. I did identify that as a support. I bought in at 12.22, and as it pushed up, it even pushed up above this moving average, pushed up, came back down, retested as support, and pushed up even more, resulting in some nice profits. Now my take profit was around 12.70. I believe it got up to 12.69 that day, and I resulted in another 55 to 60 cents per share. So very nice trade indeed. And these are how I'm able to consistently stay profitable and make the money that I'm making by simply waiting for that confirmation of support and then selling at those resistance levels. Here's another example. We'll show you one more. This is a horizontal pattern on GoPro, and I started a position very light at 40 shares. I did increase this to around 200 shares, but what I wanted to do was validate the horizontal pattern. It was bouncing off of 116 and pushing up to 150, 145. It would come all the way back down to 116 again, and then push up again to that 145 level. So on the third time, I bought because I identified that okay, I could buy at 123. If it drops to 116, then that's about a 7 cent per share loss if it broke this support level. It pushed all the way up to this resistance level again, and I was able to lock in some decent money. I like trading overbought reversals, and I like trading horizontal patterns because it gives you a clearer picture of exactly where to buy and where to sell, where I can have my buy, where I can have my stop loss, and also where I have my take profit. And not every trade goes according to plan, but by having your risk and your stop loss very tight and very small, I am then able to actually make money and more confidently hold that money, because I'm buying at such a low area that when it does push up, I can very easily increase my stop loss, so that way I'm making money as that pushes up, guys. So we did a great job trading both of those companies, and again, I'll showcase those profits to you here. Making almost $200 on TQQQ, 170 on GoPro, just shy of $80 on Sound, just shy of $60 on SoFi, and losing about $5 on SQQQ, resulting in a really great week. And I wanted to showcase this to you because those are some easy, simple setups that I use. I like to trade horizontal patterns, and I like to buy at a very low point with a very small stop loss compared to the potential that it can go at my resistance level. So I hope you found this video educational, or at least you were able to take away a tip or a trick to help you with your investing journey. And at the very least, you got an inside look at how I'm able to be consistently profitable in the stock market. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you all in the next video.